Okay, so good morning, everyone. Before we begin, we'd like to kindly ask everyone to turn on your cameras for a quick group photo if it's okay. This is a part of our documentation for National Training Week 2025 and helps us start the session on a more engaging and connected note. Is it okay for everyone? May we request everyone so we can take a group photo? Can you please turn on your cameras? Okay. Okay. Hello, Ma'am Azizan. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay. It's okay, Miss Natasha. It's okay. Okay, let me just quickly snap one photo. Okay. One, two, and three. Okay. Thank you so much for your cooperation. And also, an important reminder 10 minutes before the session ends, I will drop the attendance and certificate request link in the Zoom chat. So please make sure to fill it in before this session ends. Okay, so today's course is Navigating the Future CBDC Blockchain, Digital Assets, and Tokenization, proudly delivered by Garanto Academy, a recognized provider of future ready, high impact professional training. Our trainer for today is Mr. Kamlesh Nagware, a distinguished blockchain architect and thought leader with over 15 years of experience in IT and financial services, including more than 5 years specializing in blockchain technologies. So, Mr. Kamlesh is a member of the Hyperledger Technical Steering Community and Hyperledger India lead with a strong global presence in blockchain development and adoption. He is also a TEDx speaker and a trusted mentor for blockchain startups, known for his expertise in Hyperledger Fabric, Ethereum, tokenization, and CBDCs. He has led large scale blockchain projects across various sectors, including finance, supply chain, and identity management. So please feel free to engage throughout the session. You may ask questions, share insights, and maximize your learning from this exciting and forward-looking topic. That's all from me now. Over to you, Mr. Kamlesh.
Yeah, thank you, Tia. So let me share my screen. And today I think we especially talking about CBDC and tokenization because in the last two sessions we have discussed about blockchain and then blockchain in financial services. And but today is more specific to the CBDC and tokenization. This is my screen. So I will use the two different slides. So first, let me cover this one. So, uh, even I also run this company called Global Tokenization Forum, which is a non-profit company for supporting and promoting the tokenization globally. So I think I've just recapped this blockchain part. I will take less time, but I will go to most CBDC and digital assets. So uh, for the people who not aware about the blockchain is simply the immutable a decentralized database is stored in multiple computers or servers in different locations for security, trust and transparency, and the availability of the data. So simply blockchain is a database technology, and but it uses lots of different features. Let's say smart contract for programmable money or programmable payments, and also having the consensus mechanism for bringing the trust in the data storage across locations. So this is a typical definition of blockchain, even people who are not technical. So is a distributed database stored in multiple location with a feature like consensus mechanism and smart contract. And cryptography heavily used out there. And what blockchain offers to the businesses. So this is a very common slide I use in every presentation, which give the context like how blockchain is connected to the existing business networks and flows. So using blockchain, you could connect different ecosystem together or ecosystem partnered together, and which give the efficiency because now every participant who are part of the any business flow is connected and sharing the data. Now, what is the benefit of sharing data? It it gives the transparency in the data, because when we have silo system and different uh, data owner, then always the reconciliation is a concern, because who having the correct and right data is always a question. But if we having a shared data structure, then I think everybody can rely on the same data without any reconciliation efforts. Another blockchain offers like smart contracts. And what is smart contract means? Like you could write any of the business logic, any of the your system processes, or whatever the contract thing in a smart contract or in a executable program, and that execute automatically. Now this execute automatically, that means there is no any manual intervention not required, or any kind of intervention required by any other third party. So whatever the terms and condition you define, it will execute automatically. For example, let's say if you have agriculture insurance, talk about it. So whenever certain criteria met about the weather condition, it will automatically claim this, automatically settle the insurance claim kind of thing. Consensus, because when we are having a number of data uh, and nodes all together, so you need to have trust, or you need to have some mechanism to store data in those nodes at the same time. And that achieve as a consensus mechanism, and that is very popular in a Bitcoin called proof of work and mining, whatever. Immutability. So what is the immutability in blockchain? So what are the data inserted in blockchain is impossible to delete and impossible to modify, and that gives security of the data as well. So this is kind of blockchain offers. And now what is give to the businesses is give the business opportunities, let's say reduce settlement time or improve liquidity, or open new brand market, or operational efficiency, where it could be uh, lower intermediary cost. So lower intermediary cost, let's just think about the stable coin market, right? So generally cross-border payment generally managed via Swift network, Swift protocols, and it is a costly. But suppose if stable coin, which is popular nowadays, if is replace the Swift, and people prefer to use the cross-border payment using the Swift, using the stable coins, then it's a very cheap uh, and low cost compared to Swift network, and real time as well. So like this kind of benefit, using a smart contract, you can automate the business logic and workflows out there. Uh, and because data is shared across all the participants, there is no need of that reconciliation, because everyone having the exact same copy. And using blockchain also, you can achieve some kind of some kind of compliance or the requirement, because uh, in blockchain every data is traceable, and some uh, audit trail available. So this is some kind of business operational and risk related businesses benefits. And but blockchain is just not related to the cryptocurrency and financial services. It is available across, or already in presence of many different industry verticals, from finance to CBDCs, healthcare, telecom, media, entertainment. And I think every use cases where you see like trust and transparency required, you can apply blockchain. But anyway, our main topic today is talking about tokenization, CBDC, and their impact. So tokenization, even I talked yesterday as well, but to context with the CBDC, you need to understand. The tokenization is like digital representation of any asset, and that asset could be money, stocks, or real estate, or could be anything. So think about in CBDC case, the tokenization is a money tokenization actually. And what is the benefit of this one? Is the digitization of assets, increasing asset liquidity, and then asset management infrastructure. So for example, let's say if you have a real estate, right? So digitizing real estate is one thing, and then fractional ownership of the real estate is another point. Like is bringing the asset liquidity, because now it is acceptable or accessible to more people compared to the earlier. Because let's say if you buying a $1 million house and buying a $1,000 that asset token, it is very increasing the market availability. So, and tokenization is a simply representation of this asset using a smart contract and deploying on a blockchain. This is the typical definition. And there are a number of use cases from financial asset to till data even. So let's say public equity, private equity, debt, or the commodities, or the investment funds, all could be tokenized. Real estate, where you tokenizing the commercial estate, residential land records, all could be done. Infrastructure, so even a renewable energy project tokenization, or any big infrastructure project tokenization using the crowdfunding kind of platform. And and there's some real-time example given as well. And collectible art, so this was the starting point of the tokenization, when the any everyone is tokenizing the NFT marketplace, where they're tokenizing the art or other thing. And a similar thing could be done in a gaming industry as well, where you tokenizing the games, virtual asset, IP rights, or the digital art. I think in gaming space. And even there are some kind of use cases where, let's say, in supply chain traceability, if you can tokenize the data, because ownership ownership of the data is become more accessible and more streamlined using the tokenization. How you can move the assets, and you can move for the data as well. So data ownership kind of use cases could be also could covered in the tokenization space. And tokenization market is very a powerful concept nowadays, and number of organization, number of institutions are talking about tokenization as a their strategy. So this is a report from a digital asset, some firm, I think World Economic Forum, I believe, and it is talking about what is the institutional investors, institutional people are talking about the tokenization. So I think if you see, like, there are most are people trusting the traditional finance institution are trusting the tokenization concept, and they're also interested in the tokenization of the different. And 40% of the people is starting to even this year or next year kind of thing. And hedge funds are also planning to tokenize the hedge funds on token blockchain, and this one. So this sentiment says that, like, tokenization expected to increase in year by year. And I think there are very interesting reports are I listed here. So these are the couple of reports from various big organizations like CT or the BCG or Standard Chartered or McKinsey, right? And they're talking about, depending on the respective research and the market size, it could be $4 trillion to $30 trillion real world asset tokenization size. So CT is talking about it could be $4 trillion economy. Standard Chartered could be talking about 30 trillion. I think depending. So it's a 4 trillion to around 30 trillion, depending on the, and this is talking about the 2030. So it's think about next 5 years, the tokenization has become a very important uh, backend infrastructure for the financial institutions out there. And I think, and tokenization, I think this is tokenization space, but I think if you see the CBDC is another very powerful concept, and I will talk about the more in detail. So if you simply understand the CBDC is a tokenization of money. So simply representing the any fiat currency backed by stable coin, backed by fiat central bank, to convert in a digital form, called central bank digital currency, CBDC, digital currency, or different names out there. So generally, any central bank move the money like that. So central bank print the money and then distribute to bank like commercial bank, and then commercial bank distribute to end user via banking services. Kind of this is a typical flow of the existing uh, money. But future directly CBDC could be printed by could be issued digitally by a central bank, and central bank directly can interact with the commercial with the user, or via commercial bank is totally depend on the country to country. And I think there are a couple of benefits. What is the benefit? So I will talk about, I think, this benefit. Yes. Okay. So I think what benefits of the CBDC is like, one is like there are various benefit depending on the country the CBDC adopted. One could be financial inclusion. So because there are many countries where still the digital payments or the banking is not available. So this could be one issue, one solution of the CBDC, financial inclusion. So you can make digital payments via CBDC. Second is uh, a cost of the printing and managing the physical cash, physical money. So depending on the country, there is huge cost to that money printing and distribution. So that could be reduced because now you simply just digitally issuing tokens instead of printing money. Third, there could be use cases around purpose-bound money, or what we call programmable money. So let's say when governments are giving subsidy, or the uh, or some kind of direct benefit transfer to their citizens. So they want to give money for a specific purpose, and that specific purpose currently in the current form of money is not possible to monitor, because you how you can going to restrict the money uses. But in a CBDC, if because it is some kind of token or program only, so in that program you can define the program as a programmable. Let's say, for example, if you're issuing CBDC and you can program okay, this CBDC tokens will be used only for agriculture purpose, or this token will be only used for education loan perspective. So all this could be defined in a programmable money perspective. Fourth benefit is like traceability of the money, and even kind of what we call traceability, and the monetary policy perspective. So now the central bank having a clear visibility how the money is being spent and how it being is spent. So they can define their monetary policies accordingly. And I think fifth benefit as well, like it could be even solving the uh, uh, corruption and any kind of money laundering kind of thing, because I think counterfeiting of money as well, because everything is digitally available. So now nobody can counterfeit the digital money out there, because and it should on blockchain, so it's a more secure kind of thing. This is a CBD's perspective, and that's why all the 130 130 countries are exploring CBDC as their priority project. So all those G7 countries having a CBDC in development stages. Um, uh, 19 out of 20 G20 countries also having a CBDC implementation stages. And so almost 130 plus country are implementing or working on CBDC, and which is a 98% of the world GDP are exploring CBDCs out there. And this is the global map, like, and I think anybody can visit to this website, the atlanticcouncil.org CBDC tracker, or simply search the CBDC tracker. I think maybe I'm not sure this is updated or not, but I think if you simply go to CBDC tracker, so there are a couple of things. So here, because few projects are added, few projects are could shut down as well. So this numbers could be very. Let me open this one. So this is a, yeah, so Asina, this number is increased, now is 134. And this is the current status. There are three launch successfully running in production, 44 in pilot stages, 19 in development, 39 in research, 21 in active, and two projects cancelled and six others. What is six others? Is this? So you can see all this is different. So you can see all the current status and all different projects. So this is a cross-border CBDC project. So what is cross-border payment? It's similar to cross-border payment thing. And CBDC in, so this is very some numbers from the, this is a cent dollar. Is Bahamas, Central Bank of Bahamas. They already have 2.5 billion uh, kind of uh, circulation money uh, every month actually. This is a e-Naira with 15 billion Naira tokens, Naira currency available. This is China CBDC. It is very huge out there. It is around 7 trillion Chinese in currencies available. So you can get to through all those details from here if you want to know more. But CBDC is a quite popular thing. Okay. Now, because mostly CBDCs are some kind of blockchain-based project because you need security, immutability, programmability, and all this all this thing you need some kind of underlying DLT and blockchain technology. So there are a number of blockchain technologies available. Mostly central banks are exploring or building on Hyperledger. Why Hyperledger? Because Hyperledger is private permission open source technology. So that's why all this central banks, especially building on Hyperledger related projects, and you see like all this China BSN on the Besu and Fabric, or the Japan is in Fabric. Fabric is one of the blockchain out there. So a couple of this details available. I think when you go to that website, you can even uh, go to any specific CBDC project and click, and you get a more detail about it. But it mostly is a Hyperledger is a choice of the blockchain, choice of blockchain for CBDC. And as I just covered one of the case study because I'm in India and already part of this initiative. So this is India CBDC project. And if you see like almost 15 to 18 banks is a part of the India CBDC project, which is live running from last 2 years. And what of the banks you see already they are having their own CBDC wallet infrastructure, and there are some kind of reports available. So it is available for P2P and P2M, with the payment person to person, person to merchant. And there are two types of CBDC. One is wholesale and one is retail CBDC. Wholesale is for central bank to commercial bank, and retail for commercial bank to users and user to user kind of thing. Uh, and there are already million transaction per day achieved long last year only. And programmable CBDC, so which is a kind of purpose bound money where you defining the purpose. And couple of banks are having a million user base in already. So like Bank of Baroda, State Bank of India is having a 1 million users out there. So all this thing there. And couple of other things is adding in the thing, and government is considering this is a as their main key critical project for the programmable or direct benefit transfer or the those kind of initiatives out there. So this is CBDC perspective, and even I can use, let me use the different slide. I might talk about the more about the CBDC. So there are two types of CBDC which I just covering. One is CBDC retail and another is CBDC wholesale. So it's simple definition like retail CBDC is like available for the users, private sector, non-financial and consumers and businesses. And wholesale CBDC is for commercial bank and central bank, interbank settlement perspective, simple. Interbank settlement and transfer. And this is the benefit I talking about earlier. Is a financial inclusion, is a increased efficiency, promote a cashless economy, boost payment innovation. Money laundering is another lower operation cost compared to cash. Enhance security for simplify security settlement. This thing and this is some kind of cross-border payment by the Embridge. So Embridge is a cross-border CBDC project by BIS, banking banking of international settlements, I think. So this is like cross-border CBDC payment. So let's say here there is a Thai corporate and a Hong Kong client, and there are two CBDCs available. One is like Hong Kong Central Bank, another is from the Thailand Central Bank. And how this Embridge is enabling the payment of those transaction between these two clients using the cross-border payments. And why Hyperledger? So I just even covered it's about the what do you call uh, open source and the permission network, because any government can't issue any of the CBDC on a public chain, let's say Polygon or like Ethereum or any of the public chain, because uh, central bank is a very critical entity of any country, and issuing the money for the country can't be done on public chain. So that's why private permission blockchain is the first priority, first preferred technology for the CBDC out there. And there's a couple of successful projects around the globe as well. So the project MBridge, which I just been talking about, there are MBridge is multiple CBDC bridge is an initiative of Hong Kong, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, and China, and the Bank of International Settlement Innovation Hub. So is a kind of instant transaction and settlement across cross-border payments out there. Swift is another. Swift is, I think you must be knowing. Swift is a international payment standard. So every cross-border payment make available via Swift payments actually. So they also don't want to left behind, and they started exploring their own CBDC exploration. So they are working with couple of institutions. So there are 38 institutions and exploring the various use cases on the and integrating with the Swift infrastructure, and couple of use cases like trade payments or the forex transaction or the delivery versus payment transaction is already part of the Swift initiative. And these are very number of projects by different initiatives globally, which talking about cross-border CBDC implementation from Project Polaris, Aurum, Embreeze, Roseland, ECN. I think multiple digital euro. All of this is available in the tracker. You can find out here. Uh, but I think because no, I also created some slides about the adoption challenges. So because CBDC is a central bank initiative, and the people who are preferring to the public chain is always the contradict. So and there are other challenges as well with the CBDC. Is one with the regulatory unclarity in terms of digital currency acceptance, and another issues could be around the privacy and privacy and traceability, because central bank, if every money is available on a digital form or available on a blockchain, then is always concern of the data privacy, because central banks and government organization can trace and can identify where the money is being spent. No, so this is the, and is, is good for the country as a, but is also issue for the for the citizens. If anyone can trace how and where the money is spending money, so case like privacy is a need. So case like privacy, let's how, for example, let's say whenever we withdraw money from ATM, and after that there is no traceability, or there is no any verifiability how we spending money, right? It's like completely offline transactions, correct? So those things is so couple of challenges. One is like uh, uh, data privacy and traceability. Another is the regulatory and clarity, and incentive for the banks as well, because CBDC is generally central bank and government projects. And what is the motive of the banks, right? How the bank will make money? Because for example, if you having in normal your money is deposited in the bank, you are getting interest and all this thing, or some payment, or how bank make money, right? All this thing kind of is challenges with the CBDC thing. And countries like India, if you have an existing big tech digital payment platform like UPI, or other countries, if such platforms available, then how you going to accept the another way of digital payments using CBDC? So couple of issues out there. So there's a very interesting recommendation from IMF, International Monetary Fund, which talk about 4 points called ready the regulation, education, and design and deployment, and incentivization for every payment, for every CBDC adoption perspective. So regulation means like you should allow the regulation around digital payments, or the um, increase the ecosystem. Second, education. So communicating the benefits of the CBDC to banks, and how the bank can leverage, how the industry can leverage on the CBDC infrastructure, CBDC use cases. And during the design and deployment, you should take care about the privacy and data privacy concern of the users. And incentivization, so you need to provide some kind of incentivization, because let's say even any central bank is coming with the CBDC, and then they are saving some cost in terms of the physical currency issuance and management. So that could be passes to the citizens or banks. So incentivization is another requirement for the adoption of the CBDC. So this is CBDC perspective. Now let's continue to our discussions on tokenization adoption perspective. Uh, so CBDC we understood like is a form of central bank digital currency issued by central bank on blockchain. Hyperledger is a preferred platform, and there are 134 countries is adopting or working on blockchain initiatives out there. Couple of countries in a good success as well, issuing billions and trillions as a digital currency. And cross-border payment is another initiative, and banks can get benefit, or government can utilize the CBDC for the various purposes, from direct benefit transfer, or for uh, or what you call uh, uh, subsidy distribution, or all the other things, and the digitization of the money. But adoption is also challenging in terms of data security and privacy, or the regulation perspective, or the existing payment infrastructure available, or the incentivization is in not place. But IMF recommendation to regulation, education, design and development, and incentivization need to be designed thoroughly. So there is a big report on by IMF on that one. So you can refer that one. So this is CBDC perspective. Now, uh, um, central banks is working on CBDCs, But commercial banks and banks are also exploring the tokenization. So here I'm talking about the tokenization from banking perspective only, but there could be many use cases out there. So central bank is working on the sovereign currency like CBDC, but commercial bank like HSBC, like JP Morgan, like Citi is also building their own currency, or we can say private currency or private token, whatever, and that they are using for their internal customer settlement or internal payments, or leveraging the different use cases, let's say uh, digital financing, or the or cross-border payment, but on the same banking customer, kind of thing, cash management or deposit tokenization, all this kind of initiative by bank level. So banks are also building on tokenization, but for their own use cases. Instead of the global currency, they're building their own private currency. So this is JP Morgan's very big popular project called, they earlier calling is a JPM coin, but now they call as a Kinexix, even they earlier calling as a Onyx as well. So this is a JP Morgan's private currency. I call it JPM coin as well. And it is approximately 1 billion of transaction happening each day. And all this transaction is happening for their own customers. Let's say, for example, JP Morgan providing some case management or some uh, corporate accounts to the other customers globally. So those kind of transactions is happening out here. And then let's say trade finances or the supply chain financing or repo transaction, all is covered. So similar use case is also driven by Citibank, and they're calling it a City Token Service. And this project is also based on Hyperledger Besu, and it is programmable money. So because similar to JP Morgan, but here they're more focusing on the cash management part of the banking solution. So for simple example, let's say if I have a five company branches in different countries, right? And if I want to transfer money always in these banks, for settling the customer invoices or paying the salaries of the different employees in different countries. So generally, I use, let's say, for example, maybe I am having my all fund in one country, and then every month I move this fund to the respective country branch to paying the customers and paying the employees. But all this was happening and managing via any of the big banks in the past, via traditional SWIFT network or their own money management portfolio, and it was costly, and that's why only big corporates can afford, right? But now using tokenization, this has become a real time as well, or accessible to more people as well, because now in bank is able to do this case management very effectively, efficiently, and 24 by 7, so they can serve more customer. So this is kind of benefit of the tokenization in the banking space, this one. So if you see here, like is a programmable always on services for institutional clients. So it's a 24 by 7 services, because you are not moving actual money, you are actually moving tokens. Uh, Cross-border payments, liquidity, automate trade finance solution, and streamline digital process for both buyer and sellers, reduce transaction processing time from days to minutes. So this is very simple kind of thing. So this is JP Morgan and this is Citibank. And there are a couple of such big initiatives. This is like a Broadridge initiative, what you call. So here this Broadridge having a their DLT repos. Repo is a like short term kind of collateral or trading thing. No, so this the creator is one single platform where they're using this DLR platform and is having agreement and execution and settlement on the same platform. and they are currently doing a $1 trillion a month, or I think recently is upgraded to $1.4 trillion a month, and achieving a $2 million to $3 million of saving. So this is another big initiative, and there is another tokenization thing, which is like this is a one of the bond exchange, which is a fractional bond exchange, which is running in Singapore, regulated by Monetary Authority of Singapore, and it is tokenizing the bonds on blockchain. This is tokenizing the green bonds by Hong Kong Monetary Authority and BIS Innovation Hub on Fabric and Base. So this we can escape. So this and this is tokenization's initiative, Finternet calling, and couple of such initiative. And this is a HSBC Orion, similar to the Citibank, or similar to the project from JP Morgan. Uh, but it is more focusing. So I think three banks, big banks, but have three different idea is the same, technology is same, but they are leveraging for different use cases. So JP Morgan is focusing more on the cross-border payment of their own token perspective. Citibank is more perspective on the case management side of the customer, and HSBC is more focusing on the trade-related stuff, or the gold tokenization, bond tokenization, custody and delivery versus payments kind of solutions. But it's the same tokenization on Hyperledger or Fabric and Besu platform. And already this is when is a HK around Hong Kong $6 billion bond issuance and settlement. The gold tokenization is there, and settlement cycle from a T plus 5 days to T plus 1 cycle days on the bond market. This is the benefit as well. What is cycle settlement time means is a time of transaction done and the settling the transaction. So think about reducing from T plus 5 to T plus 1 is a benefit in terms of efficiency and the liquidity as well. This one, and there are many such big projects out there, like Project Guardian, which run by Mass Singapore, and another global layer one is another kind of creating a global layer one or global blockchain for financial institution or tokenization perspective. Blockchain project Orchid. There's a couple of Bank of International Settlement projects like Project Agora, Project Embridge, Financial Finternet, and Project Aurum. And this is some case study in India where this banks are joined together and created a one company called IBDIC, which is the Indian Banks Digital Infrastructure Company, which is a consortium of 18 banks. I listed the name here, and which is more focusing on the tokenization and supply chain financing kind of use cases out there. And then a couple of use cases on the invoice tokenization. So it's tokenizing the invoicing and tokenizing the letter of credit. So this kind of use case is already happening. These are other use cases which could be good to explore. So generally, let's say any of corporate expense managed via MasterCard or Visa card, and it is some charges, right? But suppose if you have a CBDC is in place or token is in place, then you can program that corporate expense limits and the users on the your digital payment itself without issuing a separate card out there. So all this could be explored out there. So I think that's it. I think any questions? I think happy to take it and we can discuss. Okay. This attendance, yeah. So please mark your attendance. And if you want to connect with me, connect here. And yeah, please submit your attendance.
Thank you so much, Sir Kamlesh. Everyone? Okay. Hi, Mr. Kumar.
Yeah, thank you.
Before we end, again, the attendance and the certificate links are already on the Zoom chat. If we could take another photo before this session ends, may we request everyone to again please turn on your cameras just for a quick photo session.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any other questions for our dear trainer, Mr. Kamlesh?
No, I think there's no question in chat as well. And I don't have anything.
Okay, sir. So once again, thank you everyone. And Sir Kamlesh, thank you very much. We hope everyone got the feed of the